We want to welcome everyone to what is a very historic occasion here in North Reading. To kick things off, I think it's only appropriate that we turn the podium over to Rita for opening.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, everybody, for the finally groundbreaking ceremony. The only glitch we had, we stuck with every deadline we promised you. The only glitch we had is we told Rad they weren't supposed to start until 2 for the groundbreaking. They started right before we got here.
Keep it working.
And although groundbreaking, the exit ceremony is normally low-key, we decided to make it, you know, it's not the ribbon cutting, but we decided to make it a thank you where we can talk to all of you. Frankly, we didn't have a big crowd, we could say what we wanted, and the committee can really thank you for everything that you all have done. Because all the people we invited here today, without any of you, they wouldn't have been able to move along in the spirit that it did. As many of you know, this wasn't everyone's first priority in town, with the budget cuts and prices and everything. It was very difficult, and it took time to do it. But it was the priority of the 7-member Turf Committee. And at that time, I'd like to introduce you to, we had Tony Carroll and Ed Rocco that attempted this project probably 5 or 6 years ago and did a terrific job. They laid the foundation for everybody. I'm going to come up. Ed Rocco's out of town. It's too bad. And they started this project 5 years ago. They worked on it for a couple of years. They hit a stone wall with recreation, and we didn't have any money, and they didn't have any money. So when it came time to do it again, and we realized the project was still needed, as it was 5 years ago, I decided to call because too many people have not seen it in too many years. They've been around too long. We said we needed a new, fresh face. We needed a blue-collar worker and a white-collar worker, not the blue-collar worker. We need somebody who can talk to you in a different way. So I asked Tony to come on the team. Come back because he had all the experience. Eddie Rocco the same thing. There were people who could talk to him intelligently and be a different face. Next we asked Jack Collins. Jack Collins, we asked him to represent the country. Jack Collins stepped up. In every field in town, every school, in all the towns in Massachusetts, and he was a tough guy. He felt he was going to come in and tell us how we could do it and do it right, and it had to be first class. And that's the only way to get involved in it. Well, Jack's not here, we told him it's tomorrow. Well, Jack's going to some country. Marty Delton, obviously, you had to have the parks director. You had to have somebody who told us what we're going to do now is going to work for him later. It had to be low maintenance, but something he could work with. So Marty Delton was asked to join the team in recreation. Mike O'Neill. I don't have to give Mike any introduction. Mike was an integral part of Ipswich River Park 15 years ago. When I walk into Ipswich River Park every day since it's been built, I think of Michael O'Neill in the 2 years that he gave out of his life to build that park for us. He's the best engineer in town, the best man we could have had for us. And Paul Mike kind of, you know, a little low-key embarrassed saying, Mike, we're doing a park. You were part of the original team. I don't know if you really want to be involved in it, but if you could help anything at all, we'd love you. Mike, who speaks Irish and I speak English, couldn't understand me, so he said, okay, yes, Rita, yes. Mike, you want to come up? So Mike, come on. Mike's not okay. So David Johnson, how can you build a facility that's going to take care of all the town kids and all the schools? You can't do it unless you have somebody from the school. We thought, perfect, athletic director, he's new, he doesn't know what he's getting into. He doesn't know what he's saying here, so he thought it'd be a pat on his back for Dr. Trojan if he said, okay, I'll volunteer. So he stepped forward, he helped, he's been terrific in coordinating everything for the leagues and everything else and trying to make sure this goes as smoothly as possible. So Dave Johnson, you can come up here, please. When this team was put together, we started having some meetings. The first people that we invited also, after we had this team in place, were all the sports leagues. If anybody in town knows that we need more space, more facilities, let's get all the sports leagues in town to use. So at that time, we brought in all the sports leagues, school athletes, and coaches, and said, what do you think we need? And they showed up, they were behind us all the way. Whatever we needed, they were there for us. So we'd also like to thank all the sports leagues in the town, the athletes and coaches for their help. The good part about this is it's not a special interest field. As you can see, most of the people in this committee, 4 out of 7, don't have children in the program anymore. So nobody's here to do it for their kids or whatever. They did it for the love of the town, for the love of what the town is giving back to their children. So I don't think we could have put a better team together than the people who are really doing this for the right reason. a priority then, and now, music system. The kids from only 99 years old. The other ones are going to use it. The other non-profit groups that are using it are going to put on marching band events, cheerleading events. The youth services are going to host battles of the Kenney Field and other community events and things. You name it, you can do it. I forgot to show you even I couldn't get a spelling bee for it down here. Under the lights. For the members of the class of 2010 and beyond, we've taken away your track and field for a partial season. But you'll also be the only ones that will be able to have a graduation, that you'll be able to bring your parents, your aunts, your uncles, and your grandparents, and anybody that might be handicapped will sit in the handicap regions and have a place to sit and sit safely. To completely understand the process of what we went through to take you here, I'm going to bring you down memory lane. First, we need a commission from Dr. Cook. I got him on a lazy afternoon day when he was very busy, and he could only give me about 2 minutes. I walked in and asked him if he could consider the site, and I remember the day. He had 7 or 8 plans up there. They were in the middle of like middle school, high school building. And I said, can you at least consider this? We don't know if we can do it or not. But of course, he was very busy. We had another meeting, and I said, do you think there are any plans to show that field? And he said, no, you consider it. I think like anything else, he probably thought I wasn't going to complete my project, and he was hoping that would be the last time he saw me. But he did say yes. Town Administrator Greg Ballacona said, Rita, if you do it, do your due diligence, don't come back to us 40 times. He goes, I heard you project and things like that. Make sure you cover all the bases. Make sure you talk to everybody, and then come back when we're done. The LUC gave us permission to talk to the Hillview for funding because that's the source that we have to go to. Parks and Recreation agreed. We need it. If we can handle this and work with some other people to try to get it done, we'll vote for it. The Hillview Commission said, if you get everyone on board and you make sure all the paperwork is done, we'll pay for it. When you build it, we'll come. The school committee said, maybe it's a risk. They have to give up control, and a lot of things they had to give up, and there's a lot of work that had to be done in a short time. But thank God the school committee is willing to work with us and go through all those agonizing meetings, going on everything, and bring everything down to the last deadline a minute before town meeting. Everything was fine, so we were able to go forward with this, bringing it forward. The secondary school committee, chaired by alumni Chuck Carucci, cleared the way with his committee that the field was not going to be any part of the plans for the new high school or middle school. But he asked, if we vote to do it, we better be ready by the 50th anniversary of the North Reading field trip that they did. Chuck, we are still on target for that. The selectmen gave permission to put it on the warrant for discussion only. We'll do it, get your ducks in order by then, and we'll still review it. Youth soccer, football, and lacrosse donated the funds immediately up front as soon as we voted and said, we've got some money to back some of the things we're going to need to get done before we proceed. They immediately, 3 nights in a row at the Hillview, no drinking, and with the push no drinking, and 1 meeting at a time, they all suggested it, that they would do it, and the check was cut. So to them, thank you. At that point then, the debate started. But once all the meetings, the debates, the frustration, the arm twisting, the frustration, the land transfers, the frustration, and the legalese were all completed. We all need to say yes to make this happen. With the behind-the-scenes work by the Recreation Department, Maureen, Sheila, and Maria was invaluable. Every time the phone rang, they hid under the desk saying, you take her now, you take her now. We can't do any more than what we're doing with everything else. Let's try to get it done. But they were terrific from the time we decided we were going to put a warrant together to the time we finished everything here today. The town secretaries and school secretaries, the school grounds department, John Norton assisted with plans to pick up what he had just put down 7 years before. Meetings with every department in town, jumping in to help with our information needed in their area of expertise. Warrant, town meeting, the bid documents submitted, even down to how we can pay the bills later when this is done. We had assistance from the town clerk, DPW, Cornwall, building inspector, his office, the treasurer and finance department, the CPC, the health department, and the town administrative assistant Linda Hinkle, who, if she ever sees me again, wouldn't be happier, in trying to get the final version of the warrant on time, but she did it because it was her own project. And the Hillview Commission, Chairman George staff of this members, will forever be grateful to you for what you've done here, putting your money forward, Rita is hopefully in the background of the district with the sounds of the tractors and the trailers and the steam shovels, making way for the kids cheering and the parents clapping, and the sounds of the North Reading High School singing in the background, the Star Spangled Banner that will ring in our ears. With that, we thank all of you for your patience and support, and we welcome you to start this truly community program. Now I'd like to call on Tom Carla, who is our young most. He was our turf number. He has a great voice. You saw this program going across it out. He had a bad look.
Hey!
It was easy to run meetings, folks, I can tell you that.
Well, this is killing me.
He took us all through the meetings, through town meetings. He presented to you all the facts and places you really never seen. He needed that first statement. That's what he wants in this project. Now I'd like to call on Tom.
Thank you, Rita. You know, the committee got together and we decided that it was appropriate to do somewhat of an informal groundbreaking ceremony, and that we would leave all the pomp and circumstance to the official ribbon cutting, which will be in a few months. But when you deal with Rita, you realize that there isn't such thing as anything small and inconspicuous. So we got an awful lot to live up to when we actually do get to the ribbon cutting sometime probably at the end of October, early November. It is at this time that I'd like to ask some members of our audience here and all of the supporters who have been so wonderful in making this project come to life. When I call your name, to please step down, step over to the side. We're going to make sure that you have a shovel in hand, and then we're going to proceed over to the site for what would be we think, a tremendous picture opportunity, so that we can really let the people in the town know that this project is truly taking life, and that our gap now, which is much less from a fundraising perspective than we thought at the original time of the proposal, we think that we can jumpstart some of that activity and bring us closer to making this thing a complete finality with field, track, bleachers, press box, fencing, and lighting. So we're very close to that now, much closer than we originally thought. So what I'd like to do at this point is to announce some of the folks from Gale Associates. Just a quick note on Gale. It's not very often that you get an engineering firm with the pedigree and the experience in athletic and sports facilities like you have in Gale Associates that put so much time and effort without even ever getting a iota of a commitment in funding. Bill Seymour had come down on numerous occasions where the TRIF committee had taken it as far as it could possibly go, where we started to get into details that we no longer could address. So we needed that credibility and experience. So I'd like to ask Bill Seymour and Nathan to please step forward, and we're going to grab a shovel and we'll proceed over when we get everybody together. So guys.